ভাৰত চৰকাৰৰ কৰ বিভাগৰ আয়ুক্ত অৱসৰপ্ৰাপ্ত কৰ বিভাগৰ আয়ুক্ত হেমন্ত বিজয় মহন্ত। Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I don't know what I should speak, how much I can speak after all the star speakers in the technical session. I am not a technical person, so I don't know how much technical output I can give you. But this is a very subject dear to our heart. All Assamese people, we feel this is a very dear subject, so I thought we should able to speak our mind in this. A lot of things has been already spoken, and I don't know how much these things will be implemented or taken into consideration. So I feel I request the organizers of this session, Assam Navanirman Committee and other organizations, to prepare a summary of all the recommendations and give it to the policymakers. I can help. If you want me to help in that way, we can do it. We should give our recommendations. Because we have spent our whole day in this, something should be done. And there are a lot of good suggestions came up that should be done. As somebody already, Dr. Bora already mentioned that flood and soil erosion are two sides of the same coin. So it is aptly taken as one topic for discussion today. And it is, as I can say, it's a natural phenomenon. It's a natural phenomenon. We have been talking about this topic for ages. Amar Korukal or Prayapuni ISO, flood or problem, flood relief, so many things. So there is a need to be a paradigm shift. Paradigm shift has to be there to approach this problem. And that's what I am trying to develop today with only 3 points. And I hope that will be your food for thought. Since this is a brainstorming session, I did not prepare my article as an academic article with facts and figures and statistics. It's just my job is to give you the food for thought so that you can develop on it if it is useful. In the beginning, since it's a big problem, I don't see it's a small problem, it's a big problem, our solution has to be big. And all the solutions, big solutions, looks very impossible, absurd, and funny in the beginning. Kashmir problem solved, but today nobody talks about Kashmir. So it is possible. All big problems has a solution, and solution has to be big. There has to be a paradigm shift in thinking, paradigm shift in approach. And since beginning of human civilization, we are trying to adjust with natural forces. We have developed clothing, we have developed medicines, we have developed shelters to adjust with the nature. So unless we understand the natural process, we will not be able to solve the problem, we will not be able to take care of ourselves. We are not fighting with the nature, that is not our purpose. We are taking care of ourselves. So Dr. Bora in the beginning said about the research on hydrology. That is one, that kind of understanding has to be there to know the flow of water. All of us we know that the water follows the gravity, and this is a natural phenomena. So nature, if we try to understand nature, we have to understand that we are a part of the universe. Just for your refreshment, all of you know, I would like to quote from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the 7th chapter, 7th slok, Bhagavan Sri Krishna told Arjuna, Mat tatpara nainam kinchidantu yastati anjay. Arjuna, Mama sarva midam prota sutre manigana ivo. প্ৰথম শাৰীবাৰ আমি অলপ বেলেগ ধৰণৰ ডিছকাশ্যন দ্বিতীয় শাৰী আমাৰ কাৰণে বহুত ইম্পৰ্টেণ্ট মম সৰ্বমিদং প্ৰোত সূত্ৰেম নিগনা ইব অৰ্থাৎ মোতে সকলো এডাল মণিত যেনেকৈ সকলো মণি গোট খাই থাকে এডাল সূতাৰে গোটেই মোটেই গোট খাই আছে যিসকলে ভগৱদ গীতাত বিশ্বাস নকৰে তেওঁলোকে এটলিষ্ট বিশ্বাস কৰিব যে দেয়াৰ ইজ এ কজ এণ্ড এফেক্ট ৰিলেশ্যনশ্বিপ ইন দ্য হোল ইউনিভাৰ্ছ so we are not alone যেতিয়া আমি এটা প্ৰব্লেম লম whenever we are trying to solve the problem or think of the flood in Assam we have to think in terms of the universe today if there is a tree is cut in Amazon forest it will have ripples in the whole universe Bhutanot dam khuli dia loge loge ami lower Assamot siltation flood hoi jay so we are not alone adi ami yat hoi discussion kori aso kiba kibi don't think it is within us it will have an impact on the universe it is the universe that's what we believe so whatever we do with responsibility so that our every moment is contributed towards the betterment of the universe ami amar swarthor karone korile setu ketiao universe or karone kora নহব so we have to keep that thing in mind and if we know that all the water bodies are connected interconnected ketaman lake ase Ladakh by Red Sea ketaman baki sob water they are connected so if we restrict one portion definitely it will have some other somewhere so if we obstruct one river flow we have to give a way to it flow so main thing is that whenever we think it's a part of the problem part of the universe there is a natural flow the water has to flow water has to go then we will not have any problem of this kind of issues where we restrict the flow now the traveler Yuan Sang's note says Guwahati was the city of canals so Guwahati henu gotekhon nola asile Yuan Sang note kori thoi goisile eta khe nola bilang nohoa hoibo so definitely where the water will go that is the question so whenever there is a construction there is something we have to think that this water flow is not disturbed so highways should be made flyover jiman pari ami highway bilak flyover dibole jotno korile bhal jate natural flow to amar bondho nohoy ami highway construction koro we construct houses by land filling that will cause problem in the flow of water and all of us will flow the second issue I would like to mention that flood problem is not a problem of Assam alone. We have to take it to the national and international level. Because of three things. One is, first is resource, second is technology, third is cooperation. We don't have that kind of resource. We don't have that kind of technology. We can talk about some sparks and construction and all, that is not all. And definitely we need international cooperation. Without cooperation of Arunachal, we will not be able to solve our problem. If they do all kind of destruction there, whatever amount of dredging you do, whatever amount of amendments you make, everything will be failed. So we need international cooperation. We have to do that international cooperation, to take it to the national level, we need data. We have to present our case properly. Majuli etia heritage center holne na moi najano one I know see we tried this thing from 1996 we are trying etia amar Arun Sharma sir MP asle tetia pa ami lagi aso because we don't have data we have to present a case that these are the problem and they need solid data workable data that don't mean some kind of and I am very sure Assam will have lot of data study to hoise ইয়াৰ আগৰ স্পিকাৰে কৈছে যে ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ বৰ্ডত বহুত ডেটা আছে so why can't we use it so we have to collect we have to segregate the data what is presentable to the national and international forum we have to sell ourselves that this is our problem right we need your cooperation unless China helps us unless Arunachal helps us unless Nagaland helps us we will not be able to solve our problem so this is a national and international problem and we need for the data we need satellite study and GIS study. This is very common. I don't know why government of Assam is not taking. I heard something came up last time. Satellite study is very important, very easy. Remote sensing satellites are made for this. These are made for this. We can see our land utilization, where the forest is getting destroyed, where the flood cultivated area is getting destroyed, how it is expanding. All this can be studied through remote sensing satellite. It's very simple. There a small technical team can sit in Dispur. We get the data, analyze it, and inform the local administration. Deputy Commissioner phone kori janai in that area there is a likelihood of flood. You go and take it. In case we can give forewarning. Instead of fixing the problem later on, we can predict the next 2 years where there will be flood. We can do it. But for that we need technology. And for that technology we have to have our data by something serious. That's why I say, sorry, my voice is going down because of that's why I say that whatever we discussed today, we should be present to the policy makers. Whether they follow it or not, it is their problem. At least our conscience will be clear that we have done justice to today's discussion. One whole day we have spent here, we should give something. So the second solution is that we should take national internet. Third point is very controversial. See, there are 4 factors in flood as far as I understand. Surface water, groundwater, soil condition and population density. So if you take the northern India, Punjab, Haryana, all these things, their surface water is not much. Their soil condition is very strong. Their groundwater is good. So they can have higher population density. They can have 17, 18 floor flats, apartments, they construct population density. They can use the other land. Western Europe, UP is also like that. Eastern UP, Bihar, you have good groundwater, but not much surface water. So what they are doing, they are filling up the water bodies and constructing their house. Their soil is very solid, so they can go up higher population density. West Bengal and lower Assam, till about Guwahati. So they are almost similar. But Guwahati onwards, situation is totally different. We have our groundwater and surface water, they are almost one stream. There is not much difference between groundwater. So they become more forceful. There is no separation. So they become more forceful, natural force, and they destroy more, number one. Number two, our soil is very, very soft. There are only 2 kinds of soil in Assam Valley. New alluvial and old alluvial. Alluvial soil. So in the new alluvial, you can have only rice and jute cultivation. In old alluvial, upper portion, you can have tea and horticulture. Tea and fruits and horticulture, this you can have. Apart from, so we can't support high population density. Main point is that we can't support high population density in Valley of Assam. This has to be understood. Yeah, why we should allow people to settle in shore areas? It should be banned. There is I was surprised that there is a ministry called shore development. I don't think shore area is not for settlement. You have to leave some area for the nature. You can, that's why I put, so there is one very important concept. I know it will be very controversial. River dredging itself was a controversial. This will be, yeah, what will it be? This is called population redistribution. We have to redistribute our settlement. I told in the beginning that big problem needs big solution, and big solution looks absurd in the beginning, but it is workable. It will be done. After already our earlier speakers were talking about that villages were gone. So population, nature is doing population redistribution. Nature will force us to do the population redistribution. But if we take initiative, we can minimize the damage. Leave Upper Assam less population density. You can shift people. It is not impossible. We can offer land to the Arunachali people. Then you leave your house, reduce construction. You can convert Arunachal to Switzerland. They can earn money from tourism. Why they need to have big houses, roads, construction, so there has to be international cooperation. They can develop tourism. Tourism is a big money. In Switzerland, 90% of their income is from tourism. Why can't Arunachal have that? We can also have that. So that shifting, like Toronto, you are settling, these settlers should be shifted to some multi-story building. You construct building, 10th floor building, boundary wall, put them there, give work permit, they'll be happy. They'll be happy to live in an apartment rather than that Toronto or Bhagasika. This population distribution will reduce your population pressure on the land because our alluvial soil and the groundwater is not ready to take it. So this we have to think, and if we can convey to the policy makers, that will be really good. And we have been talking about river dredging. There are technical people, technical experts, they have seen. But there are one thing we are missing. And he just does the point. I mean, the point miss course. River dredging or Ketrotki, Brahmaputra Khali, a Dornacholor Baharor Balie up Koranai. There is an earthquake going on. See, we can't feel the earthquake below 4-point Richter scale. There are thousands of earthquakes going on every day. Below 4 point, above 4, we can feel it. So this earthquake is taking up the river bed. So not only siltation. So there is a bigger threat. So we have to understand that also. There are a lot of things. All the points we have to bring together. Somebody has to take seriously. But most important thing, all policy makers, all decision makers who think that we can't fight nature. We have to adjust ourselves with the nature. Bahirot jodi borok pori ase, I can't say my body required a jam ekono. No, I have to do one. So you have to adjust yourself with that. Our adjustment or it that we have to understand the natural forces. To understand the natural force, we have to study, and we have to do this population redistribution to reduce the population density on the soil. I hope I have been able to make some point, and if you can consider it, I'll be very grateful. Thank you. Thank you very much.